on my side, big. Wagwan masses, welcome back to One Name Sports. And today, with the Gold Cup right around the corner and our squad being announced, you can pretty much figure out what this video is going to be about. We're going to go over who got selected, where they're from, and do a final review of some of the individual seasons of some of the players. I'm going to touch on a couple other little things, who's missing and the visa situation. So we have a lot to go over. It's going to be a bigger video, but we should be all set to enjoy the Gold Cup after this and have a better idea of what to expect from our boys when it comes to qualifying. But without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so starting off, here's a look at the squad. A good mix of some of the traditional names that we have and some players that have been performing real well. To me, this is our current strongest 23 that we have. The only player that I could say that was performing recently that's missing would be Andre Gray, but that's something that we'll talk about a little bit later. But everybody's there. I really like with the selection that we have. And this is the group, the core group that I can see will make the run, probably be involved in the World Cup when we make it, not if. And that I will hope to have our own for the next couple of years to come. Glad Tyreek make it. Ravel to me is the only shaky one, but he has his situation, and he's played well when he was there. Looking at the starting 11, this is predicted. I saw someone post this on IG. Again, make sure you follow us. But this to me is probably the best 11 that we can put out. Bailey on one side, Shamar in the middle, and Bobby Reed on the right side. That's creativity, that's speed, and that's some shooting. So that's good right there. We have Ravel with Hector, which I hear some people complaining about, but I don't give no problem there. Another guy, he's good. And the back five, which we all know is probably the best combination we have with Taxi, Blake, Lowe, and everybody else. So let me know what you think. That's definitely something I want you to drop in the comment section below. Give me your predicted 11 based on this. Is there anybody that you would switch out for somebody else? I know Hector is the big one, but I think defensively, especially with all the attacking that we have, we need him there. But I'll leave that alone. Now, looking at some of the individual seasons for some of these players, that we have some players that are just coming back from injury, like Andre Blake. Some players that just made transfers, like Lowe and Taxi. Some players that had some down years, like Michael Hector, Bobby Reed as well. Will step up to the Premier League. Change of position. Scott Parker was doing the most. Statistically, it wasn't that impressive of a season, but he had some great performances in the Prem. Bobby Bailey had his best year at Leverkusen. Most goals that he scored, most goals involvements he's had. So he's in great form leading into this Gold Cup. Unfortunately, he had that toe injury to end the season. But we're expecting great things from him in this Gold Cup. And then Shamar, of course, consistent. I think his stats were about the same last year to this year with Charlie Roy. So we're looking very good. Ravel, I know he's without a club at the moment, and he has his tricky visa situation right now. We might not, everything is submitted, but we're just waiting on that okay for him to play. I think if not, Tyreek swapping in and being that midfield general would be really, really good for us. But Tyreek is another one that hasn't been playing. You can definitely see that in some of my previous videos when we were talking about Tyreek and Upin's situation. I did see that he was playing. He started the preseason game for them. Didn't really see much of the highlights. The camera was in a fixed position, but good to see that he's finally playing. Again, I don't know, behind the scenes, maybe there was some paperwork that was holding that up. But I know now, especially with this 9-day camp with the Reggae Boyz and then leading into the Gold Cup, build some confidence. Hopefully he can break into the UPenn team, and hopefully he stars somewhat in this Gold Cup. But yeah, overall, I think, this is a very strong squad. And in my opinion, we have the second strongest squad behind Mexico. U.S. squad is without all its stars. It's an MLS-based squad. But last Gold Cup, they did damage as well. So I'm not putting it beyond them, especially, again, they're on home soil. But I think we have a stronger squad overall. And then, of course, fourth would be Canada. So I'm expecting big things, especially with this long training camp with everybody together. You work out a lot of things during a training camp. You're spending day in and day out with these guys. You might go catch a drink with them. You're playing ball. You're having conversations. Billy can show him, this is how Abu Dhabi set up. This is how you move when you make big money. All these things can get worked out during the camp. You make some favoritisms. You learn certain patterns of how some ballers play. So, I think it's very good in terms of, our dynamic and our chances to make it to the final. I don't know if we'd win, but making it to the final is definitely an expectation looking at this squad now. And it's kind of understandable as well why some players probably pulled out of the friendlies with Serbia and Japan if they knew this was coming up. So, hopes are a little bit better. But we do have some honorable mentions, some people that are missing for one reason or another. Some of them being formed, like in Alex Marshall's case, Canadian Premier League, whatever it might be. Andre Gray, we know his visa situation. Kareem Parrish didn't make the squad as well, but he did win top scorer in his league. Kevin Lambert didn't make the squad as well. I'd love to see him in there maybe. Maybe it's an injury or something. I didn't do much research on that. And lastly, I'll mention just a couple, well, not really a couple, but just one or two people that don't have their visa situation sorted out that were supposed to be involved with this squad, which would probably upgrade it a little bit, which is Kemar Roof and, of course, Mikel Antonio. I can't really talk about or put my hopes in people that are not involved. It's like saying somebody who's going to be a good hire for a job. You ain't seen them perform it. You know what I mean? So it's to be seen. Would they be an upgrade on this 23? Yes. Would it also create a selection problem? Probably. But, for right now, this 23, I'm very happy with it. But let me know who you think is missing as well. If there's somebody that you want to drag that I wasn't thinking about. I don't want to hear anything about Mason Greenwood or anything like that. Let's not stop living in dreamland. I prefer players that are actually realistically either part of the squad or part of the process of getting their visa are already committed. I don't want to talk about dream or hopeful signings. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, just touch on those things that I've spoke about. Let me know what your squads and the thoughts. Do you think Tapa has what it takes to push this squad to the World Cup? How high are your hopes are looking at this squad? Do you actually think they're the third best squad right now in CONCACAF? Again, just drop all your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share with your WhatsApp, with your Facebook. I will be dropping maybe shorter videos when the Gold Cup games start. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to do those on IG or if I'll be dropping them on YouTube. But definitely keep an eye on the IG for that. I'm very active on there. It's phone in my pocket. So thanks again for all the support. Till next time. Peace.